Hey, it's John Broadwell from Broadwell Consulting Incorporated, and I'm excited to say this morning that our Kickstarter campaign for the Serial Wombat 18AB chip has launched. Those are available for you to back right now, and you can see a link down below on how to get there and be able to back that project. So we've got a few different levels you can back. One is for just a couple of the standard chips. One is for what I'm calling red label chips, which are chips that go through an extra calibration routine in an attempt to make the analog aspect of the chip more accurate. And then there's a couple of higher level backer levels, one that includes some custom consultation meetings, and one that includes actual modification of the firmware to support some device that you might like. And that's kind of a high, top shelf item. So anyway, go on over there and check it out. And in the meantime, I thought it might be kind of interesting for us to do a simple Serial Wombat 18AB chip-based Kickstarter monitor. So let's take a look at our hardware that we're using real quick. We are using a prototype version of the PCB that will be included in the kit, and that's connected via a UART FTDI cable to my PC via USB. We've got a piezo buzzer that's connected up to one of the pins of the Serial Wombat chip, and two TM1637 7 segment displays that are being driven from the Serial Wombat chip as well. And all of the commands for these things are coming in over the UART from the FTDI chip. So you can see right now, we've got $1,988 pledged from 55 different backers, and that matches up with what we're seeing on the screen. This is a first look at the .NET code, and both the .NET code and the Python code essentially mimic what the Arduino code does. So all of the same interfaces that we use on the Arduino that you're going to see probably in 80% of the tutorial videos, or you can see the Arduino example sketches, are virtually identical in C# and in Python, but just properly adapted to the syntax for those languages. So we're going to come in here, and what I've got here is a program that's running constantly that reads a file that has the Kickstarter information in it. I've got a separate process running that does all the web stuff and deserializes the JSON that I get from Kickstarter and all that. I didn't want to fill this program in with all that because I want to focus on the Serial Wombat chip stuff. But basically here it is. We come in here and we instantiate a new Serial Wombat chip. We tell it it's on COM3. That's where my FTDI adapter is plugged in. Give it a second to start up. Then I create two separate TM1637 instances on that Serial Wombat chip, and I call the begin with all of the same functions, all the same parameters that we would use in the Arduino. I reorder the digits because it turns out that these TM1637s I got from Amazon are wired in a weird way. And I don't want to see any leading zeros, so we're going to suppress those. And then I instantiate a Serial Wombat pin for the buzzer, and I say, okay, that's a new pin. It's on Serial Wombat. It's on this Serial Wombat chip. It's on pin 0 of that Serial Wombat chip, and pin mode 1, which corresponds to an output. And then I just go into a loop and I say, okay, let's read this file that's periodically being updated by another process. The first line is the number of backers. The second line is the number of funds. And then let's close it. And then we will write to the backer count display and write to the funding display. And that's it. And then we'll take a look and we'll see if our prior backers is different than our current backers. That means, hey, I got a new backing in the last 60 seconds. And if so, then we'll set the GPIO high for 1 second, then set it back low. That'll make the buzzer beep. So probably isn't going to happen right now while I'm making this video. But, I love it if it would. So, but that's about it. And that's all it takes to generate that. So I hope you guys can see, the C# library, while not as mature as the Arduino library, is certainly very functional. And you can build something like this neat, LED 7-segment dashboard using the Serial Wombat chip, really in a very small number of lines and connect that up directly to your PC. So again, please, I love it if you guys got over there and backed me. And, if you have any questions, you have any comments, definitely leave those down below. And of course, we're still selling the Serial Wombat 4B chips on Amazon. Those are available right now. So that's all I've got today. Please back the project and have fun and keep making stuff.